We're live! We're live!
Hooray!
Hooray! You won't believe the techie problems we've just had to get live. I think when we had a bit of a break over the summer, I think the computer must have had to, or YouTube
Yeah,
maybe, who knows? But we thought we'd pop on just for a wee chat here. Um, Not the official story thing, but we thought we'd do
a catch up, sort of.
hi, reflect
Some
on our
reflections from the cookies.
summer 2021. So it's been quite interesting, and I'm sure you've all found different things this summer. We would love to hear what you've been up to this summer. So get a YouTube channel and tell us, so we don't have to listen to our own story all the time. So this week, actually, we thought we would do this week because it's been quite a marker week, really. And I'm forgetting to look at the camera again. See, we're out of practice, Arnold.
Mm,
Did you? Did you remember?
Too much of a summer break, I think.
Oh no, I could do some more. um, yeah, it's been quite a marker week. On Sunday, our eldest granddaughter Evie moved in to university.
Mm,
Whoa. It was a really good day. We had a lovely family carvery together before she left, and her mum and dad took her. Nobody else was allowed to go with her to get her room and stuff. And all the pointers are very, very positive, but I found it really emotional. And when I said that to Evie during last week, she says, "I'll see you next weekend, Nan." I know, Evie, but, and maybe this will help to explain to you if you're watching here, that Evie has really suffered with ill mental health now for a few years. And to be honest, that she has reached this point is, we believe, absolute miracle, isn't it, Arnold? Seriously.
Definitely.
We do believe through prayer and the support of the family around her, Evie's made it to this stage. And she is one trooper. She has made it, she's pushed through, and she, at this point, is really happy there and getting organized. And so she was excited, a little bit nervous, obviously, but excited. So it's been a marker day, a marker week, really. So we thought, well, this is the time to reflect on our summer before we go into more busyness. No, today's been quite busy. And
Just a bit.
then you get techie things on top of it. Not a YouTube, that's all I can say. So during the summer then, Arnold, we gave ourselves some space. You stopped writing poems.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but because you get into the way of things, don't you, and sort of a routine. But we had to put that on hold for our own sake, really.
Yeah.
And Pamela insisted, and yeah.
She's a hard taskmaster. Yeah, because I
think
know
it was right, though.
Oh, it was definitely. And wait till you hear the poems that come out of it. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
No pressure, Arnold. So, yeah, space from writing poems, which meant for me space from recording and editing. And our friend Ian, who does the visuals on our poems and no stories, obviously, during then. So I tend to do the editing on this if it'll allow me to do it. You might see some photographs this time. I'm sorry about the last time. It didn't allow me to do it. And then you got an appendix to it. But anyway, let's keep motoring. Yep, gardening. I do love, I don't know a lot of what I'm doing, but I just love the garden.
I like the garden, but I don't love it. I
Re-
don't mind mowing the grass
yeah.
and maybe weeding, but
Well, you do
you're better at the plants
yeah,
and so on.
each to their own, isn't it? It's been teamwork for all these years. Arnold will keep it going. So yeah, and dog walking,
Yeah.
chatting to people, getting to know more people.
If you
Amazing.
like people and you like to chat, get a dog.
Absolutely, and go for a walk. Don't keep the dog all to yourself.
I think with lockdown, more and more people have acquired a dog.
Yeah.
And well, there are pluses to that, aren't there?
Definitely.
Definitely. Meeting people with a dog, it just opens up conversation, which otherwise wouldn't happen probably. We would just walk past each other in the street.
Yep.
But no more.
But now people look at each other and smile. And around our area, people do still keep their distance, from each other. We don't kind of walk close together. We stand back, and then you get thanked, or etc. We thank them, whatever. So it's been a really good practice, and there's such a community feel about all of that, isn't there?
There is.
And
And talking about community,
uh-huh,
I did have to break the poem fast a little bit early,
with permission.
with permission, of course, because some neighbours who have been here, John, Katrina, and Caitlin, if you're watching, we miss you already. They'd been in Rosemead 16 years, I think, and they moved away just towards the end of August, beginning of September. So we're able to write a little goodbye poem to them.
You did.
And then for their replacement folk, Rick and Emma, if you're watching,
welcome, Rick
you're
and
welcome
Emma, again
to Rosemead.
Yeah.
And for John, Katrina, and Caitlin, yeah, you've got good replacements there.
You have. Yeah.
Already had a wee bit of time with them, so that's been good.
Yes.
And then sadly, one of our elderly neighbours, Tom Hicks, who lived beside John, Katrina, and Caitlin, has passed away. And we're sure he's gone to a better place. We're sure he's in heaven. Such a good man.
Yeah.
And he'll be sadly missed. He's been here since apparently 1946. That's a long, long time. We've been here since 86, so he's beaten us by 40 years. But an amazing man, and we're going to his funeral tomorrow, which will be a sad but happy occasion as well, knowing where he is. He's in a better place.
Yeah. So then looking forward to getting away. Just before we went away, we had two friends visit us from Northern Ireland, Clifford and Heather.
Hey.
And we chatted and chatted and chatted and played together, and it was just lovely.
It was great to see them both.
Yeah. And that actually saved us making a special journey to go and see them when we're over, because we did see family when we were over. So I'm jumping ahead, letting out the secret that we did go away. Some secret. We'd booked 11 days away in Port Stewart on the north coast in Northern Ireland. And my sister Hazel was going to travel with us, and she was staying somewhere different in my brother's studio that we wouldn't have all fitted into. We were in an Airbnb with Sharon in Port Stewart, and Hazel was going to Castle Rock. Well, a few weeks before, I can't remember the exact dates, Hazel was going to drive up to us here, which is over 200 miles up to our house. But a few weeks before, must have been a couple of weeks before the journey. Yeah. Hazel, as she got up one morning, saw a blind spot in the left quadrant of her right eye. Now, Hazel hasn't been blessed with perfect eyesight all her life. She's worn glasses for a long time. And the better eye of the two is the right one. And then this blind spot appeared on it. And that was concerning. And she immediately, it was amazing how quickly she got appointments, especially, the way now, since the virus. That
another miracle, I think.
Yeah. And Hazel would say that too, wouldn't she? Unbelievable. So I'm not going into all the details, but she got an appointment and she got very quickly referred to the hospital and got scans done in her eye, and she had a bleed in her eye. So put your hands over your ears if you're squeamish, particularly about eyes. She got an injection into her eye. Whew. I know some people, our dear friend Florence as well, had to go through that. And then 6 weeks later, she was to get another one. Now, after that, our friends, we're mentioning a whole lot of friends, which is really nice. We don't often get mentioned in them all. Frank and Shay and us meet to pray over Zoom each week. And we thought to invite Hazel. Why don't you come on Zoom with us this particular Tuesday? And we
Zoom on to Zoom.
You need a holiday. And yes, no. I shouldn't be naughty to you and saying that I'll lose my track. Where am I? Yes. So Hazel came on. to Zoom, and we prayed with her about her eyesight and this bleed in her eye. And because at that point, Hazel, if she looked even slightly down at all, it was just a big blob. And then all the lines, if she was trying to read out either side, were all wavy and distorted. Um, so if she looked over like this, she could see all right, but then, for reading like that. Anyway, so we prayed with her. And at the end, we asked her, would you like to test? I think actually Hazel volunteered. I'm going to test it. And she picked up a book and read it. And she said, that is a lot clearer, she said. Oh, that was such good news.
Amazing.
She says, yep, that's definitely, the wavy lines aren't like they were. And that is greatly improved. And it went on to improve. And she's had a second injection. But the great thing was it meant we certainly felt happier about her driving up. She maintained she could still drive looking over this, but we felt a lot happier about her driving up here. And so she came here, had a couple of days rest because obviously it hurts her eyes driving at the minute. And we went over. In the car going up, I went in Hazel's car with her, and Arnold and Sharon travelled in ours. And Evie phoned us. This is the girl who's just started university with her A-level results.
En route.
Were outstanding. I mean, really, seriously.
Well done, Evie.
We hardly knew those grades existed with the stars, did we? She did really, really well. And so my reaction was probably quite happy. And
nearly as happy as ours, I think, in our car.
No. So she didn't realise, she thought Grandad would have been with me. So then she said she would phone Auntie Shaz in the other car. So Evie phoned it. I said, right, Evie, we'll just see who wins the reaction stakes on this. So she phoned them. And then I phoned Evie back and said, well, Evie, who won? Hazel and I won. Yes.
Just by a whisker.
No, we really, really won.
You can tell how competitive Pamela is.
Okay, so that was great. And then the next week were Amelie's results, and she did exceptionally well as well.
Well done, Amelie.
Honestly, these girls are amazing. Marv and Julie have done such a good job.
We're proud of our granddaughters.
Yep.
All of them.
Certainly are, all three of them. But it isn't just about results, and we all know that and say it glibly, but we can say it meaningfully. It isn't about the marks with these girls. It is about them as people, and they are such rounded individuals. It's just great. We're very thankful for them.
But they deserve the marks because they really apply themselves, don't they?
Yep, all through the awful time that we knew that the young ones all had, especially studying through the isolation and lockdown.
It's not been easy for any of the young people.
No. So I suppose we better keep moving, Arnold.
I think so.
Let's get to Port Stewart.
Yeah, it was quite a long journey, but it was a good journey. Spent some time with Sharon, which was nice.
Yeah.
We had a good chat.
And we met up with Hazel as well. Oh, you and Sharon had dad and daughter time in the car, didn't you? That was good.
Yeah.
And we met up with Hazel a couple of times as well while we were over there. And Julie and Ruby, our youngest granddaughter, were due to come over for a few days to give them a break. And because our Airbnb was big enough, it had 4 bedrooms, so that was great. And so they were planning to come over when COVID struck the family.
Yeah, disappointing.
And they had to cancel it. And I was already obviously planning what all we could do together. And one of the things that Ruby had wanted to do was swim in the sea, the North Atlantic
Even
sea.
after last year's
the paddleboarding, where they had to be rescued. Yep, she wanted to do that, but she didn't want to go in on her own, obviously. So Nan said, I'll go in with you, Ruby.
As you do.
Yeah. Found a pair of the leggings of a wetsuit, and that was it. So the cold North Atlantic Sea. Okay, so that was one little positive that they didn't get over. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but it was disappointing for them.
Oh, wow.
And for us, obviously. We were looking forward to spend some time together.
Yep.
But maybe another time, I'm sure.
Are you going into the sea this time?
Maybe not.
I would do it if they
I'm
got
not as
over.
hardy as our friend Eleanor
Woohoo! Every
or
morning.
David. Well, David's a summer man, aren't you,
Yeah.
David? Eleanor's summer, winter, and fall and spring and everything.
Every morning in Port Stewart Sea.
You're
Wow.
very brave, Eleanor.
Without a wetsuit, might I add. Okay. Now Sharon wasn't so well at the beginning of it, so she wasn't out, but she went out for her evening walks often, by the evening time, and she just loves walking. She loves the North Coast, and anyway, but one afternoon she said she would come out with us, so we had such a laugh. Really, it was just so much fun, and probably it could well have been the highlight for me of the holiday.
Uh-huh.
Sharon's humor is just so uplifting and kind of sparks with me. I suppose she got it from somewhere. But it was quite a rough day in the sea as well. And we were taking some fun videos down on the rocks with the rough sea. And Arnold wanted to go to the regatta shop because he was really cold.
I was foundered, as they say in Northern Ireland. But before we did that, Sharon had a little trip, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. Over a rock.
Over a rock backwards and
flying backwards.
Ended on the beach. But
Yeah.
Thankfully she didn't hurt herself.
That was funny. She didn't hurt herself. She didn't bang her head around. That was good. So Arnold had to cross the road to go to this regatta shop. Sorry about the light behind us. That's the dog moving in the curtains behind. There we go. Across the sea to get something warm to wear under his coat. He had spotted this one actually a couple of days before. And it's a great shop for bargains.
There was a queue outside. That's how many bargains there were.
And you were standing out in the queue, really cold as well.
While you were.
Well, Sharon and I met these people who were advertising the RNLI, the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. Institute.
I think.
I don't even know. And I've signed up for it because we had such fun with these guys as we were talking to them. And so they suggested, the way to support monthly giving. So I thought, yeah, and you get this free bear. Signing up £10 a month. We got a free bear. Arnold named this bear
Harry Scary Bear.
Harry Scary
Berry
at sea, HSBC.
Yeah. That's our bank, by the way.
Oh, want the account number?
He is cute though, isn't he?
But we were laughing our heads off, Sharon and I, with this bear. She took photographs of me with the bear.
They could barely contain themselves.
Oh no. And we were just laughing at Arnold and waving this bear across the street.
Signing our life away.
So then we went further on down. You got your warmer coat. Sharon and I kept walking, and the waves were crashing against the rock. So I would love a picture of the waves crashing against the rock. So down at the harbour, we could see it coming over the harbour wall, but you had to climb up a few rocks. So I said, Sharon, go and get us a photo of that wave breaking over. Well, I'm hoping that I can insert Sharon's reaction after that happened.
I'm thinking maybe Sharon would think, no, don't.
Oh, it was so funny.
It was funny.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. So basically, holiday in Port Stewart, lots of bread and cakes, as
lots
we do
of bread
in Ireland.
And cakes.
And we had a day with each of our families, half a day with each of our families, which was just lovely. And an evening with friends, David and Eleanor.
You better mention the families' names because we've mentioned everyone else's.
All right then. First of all, we saw
my brother Stephen and my younger brother Jonathan.
Didn't see Jonathan though.
No, we didn't. Sorry, we didn't see him that day. We did see him later, didn't
we? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And Fiona and Fred and Ricky and Ashley and little Charlie. First time we've seen little Charlie. Yeah. He's not one yet, but lovely little boy. And a credit to mum and dad's parenting.
Yeah.
Well done, both
baby.
Of you.
Yeah. So then we had a lovely lunch all together in a restaurant, and Hazel was with us as well. and then we travelled down to Belfast to see my side of the family. And so we saw David and Ruth, my elder brother, um, and Philip and Heather, my other brother. He's still elder as well because I'm the young one in the family.
Pamela's a baby.
No, 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 no. You're not allowed to call me that. That's how Mum used to introduce me. And here's the baby of our family.
Fiona knows what that's like, don't you, Fiona?
So we got Philip and Heather live beside each other in apartments, which is just great and so handy for when we go and see them. So we all crowded into Philip and Heather's apartment and got a Chinese takeaway. Have to mention the food there.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. So I think we better keep going.
Where we're going?
Well, I'm not sure where we're going. Yeah. Oh, I've started this week, another marker this week, officially homeschooling Ruby in a cookery course. And we've had wee practices over the summer, and we just messed about with, probably started with the most difficult things, samosas, just because we wanted to. I'd never made them before, but we learned together. But the cookery course, then the first thing was scones, and they were delicious.
Amazing.
And if I can put up a picture here, I will. If it lets me, because they were amazing. She's so good.
Yeah.
Seriously, so good. So that's Ruby and her homeschooling, and Julie's supervising the rest of it at home the other days because they've got an all nice new office for her, and it's beautiful. And she's doing her English and maths in the mornings, and then different things throughout the day. So that's great. It's been really good for Ruby. She found the summer so long and unstructured doesn't suit her. So she's back at football practice and back into homeschooling, and that's really done her the world of good as well. So just to kind of finish off here, just a little
little story.
Flashback to the journey coming home with Hazel in the car. And I don't know how many times I said, sorry, pardon, could you say that again? Oh, I still didn't get that, Hazel. And realized, oh, is it Hazel mumbling? Or is it me with my hearing? It turns out it was both. And I have now got an added fashion accessory of 2 hearing aids. Now, just be my therapist for a little while. I struggle. Duh. Can I put a D on it?
I can confirm that.
I'm in the process of struggling because, and coming to terms with this, because, well, the NHS ones wouldn't have suited what the problem was with my ears, so we had to buy them. And was I struggling with the appearance? No, because they're really, do you want to look at them?
You can't even see them.
Why don't I just take one out?
They're tiny.
There you go. Can you see it? So tiny. That bit there sits on top of my ear. The other wee round bit goes into my ear, and then this little wire thing curls around. Okay, I'll leave that out for now.
They are amazing. It's like a mini computer, isn't it?
Really? Yeah, absolutely incredible.
But they are expensive as well.
Yeah. So as you can see, you can't even see that thing on top of my ear because of the way my hair is. And so it's not about appearance.
Psychological, I think, isn't it?
It is a lot psychological. It's not really about my age, although it might be a bit about my age. One of the things I have an issue with is spending money on just me, because everything we do is joint, and that's a whack of money to be spending on just me.
But it's necessary, so you're worth it, as the advert says.
And a whole lot more. Come on.
And a whole lot more.
So, but I wondered then, have I got a hidden stigma against people with hearing loss? And I thought, I can't imagine, because really, over the years, I've gone through processes of non-judgmentalism and knocking that one on the head. It still wants to creep in. I don't know, but it's not that. What I do think it is, actually, Arnold, and today I've just thought of it. I think it's because I had to get 2.
All right.
If I had to get 1, okay, so she needs a bit of help with her hearing. But 2? There you go. Thank you for allowing me
Double.
This therapy session with you.
Toilet trouble. No, it's not. Anyway, it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah. I can hear you.
It's so important, our hearing.
I can't hear you now, but I can hear the granddaughters when they all talk quickly in a Lancashire accent. I could hear them at the carvery, which was just brilliant. So anyway, let's keep moving because we need to end here, Arnold.
I
And
think
we
so.
will look then to doing possibly a poem next week, and then the next installment of our story. Where do we leave it off?
I think we talked about road shows, didn't we? In schools,
Yeah,
the
we did.
schools road
Yeah,
shows,
we did.
which was a long time ago,
Whew.
but they were
Yeah,
really enjoyable. Hard work, but enjoyable.
yeah.
Looking back on them now, mind you, we wonder how on earth did we do that? Where did we get the energy
Yeah.
from? But we're just so glad that we had the energy to do what we did. And yeah,
I hope you're not shaking the table too much that this becomes too jittery.
sorry, did I bump the table
You did a wee bit throughout, but never mind, sure.
throughout? Oh,
Yeah, it's all right, Arnold. Don't worry about it. Sure, it's only us and
it's
you
only us.
and you. All right, we will sign off now because this has ended up much longer
Yeah.
than we expected. It was just to be a wee cozy chat on the settee, but sure, we can't stop once we start because we love being with you. And thank you to all the new subscribers we've had over the summer and for people viewing more and more poems. The figures are going up. So please do give them a like, make a comment, and that draws YouTube's attention to us.
Yeah.
And then will bump us up the
And
searches.
please try and share them if you feel it's
Yeah.
appropriate, to help
Yeah,
folk. We're
absolutely.
writing the poems and telling the stories really. Yeah, we're not trying to big ourselves up, that. We just want to be a help to people. We've been on this journey for a while, and whatever wisdom we've picked up along the way, we want to share it and help anyone who needs help in the different areas of life.
Okay,
So please share
that's
them
right.
if you can.
That's good. And is it a goodbye from Harry Scary Berry? Oh, let's see. And from us. Bye.
Bye.